What's up YouTube? Jay Traveling here, and today I have another unboxing video. And first, I got my Miller Lite here, just to have a little bit of fun unboxing these. So I'll unbox it, we'll see what's in all the boxes, and I already know what it is. And I'll tell you what I plan on doing with it. I got my trusty Husky wood-handled blade here for unboxing. Still a little dirty with some drywall, but it's alright. And also check out the shirt that I'm wearing. You can pick up these shirts in the description below in the Jay Traveling store. I have a few different designs. Pick up some merch down there, help support the channel. But let's go ahead and get on with the unboxing. So first, I'm going to start with this Newegg box, so I can get this one out of the way. And this was picked up from Newegg, obviously. It was not a shuffle item. This was just directly off of their website. It was still a package deal, but let's go through what is inside the package. So they do package it up really nicely, and the first part of the package is an ASRock B450 motherboard. Now this is a AMD motherboard. It's a B450M. I have used this one in the past. It's a pretty solid budget motherboard if you're looking to just get a rig up and running. It definitely has some perks to it, and also being it's on the lower end, it's obviously not going to be super great, but definitely great for a budget. This is probably the motherboard I would go with in a budget build. I wouldn't go any cheaper than this one, and I would stay away from the A320s and things like that. Alright, so the other thing in the box here, as we can see, is a 6600 XT. Now this is an ASRock edition. This came in the package with the motherboard. Obviously this is boxed together. But I picked this up, and a couple other miner friends of mine have already tested these out. They can get anywhere between 31 to 34 megahash a second mining Ethereum at what the software would say is 55 watts. And I believe somebody tested at the wall for just the riser and the GPU at about 70 watts. So it's a very efficient card, and definitely seems to be very decent. If you put it up against a 3070, it's almost stacking up in efficiency to a 3070. But I like to get this on a test bench that I can put together in the short term until I get my official one built, since I used up my other one. And hopefully I can get this up and going in the near future, in the next week or so, and so we can test it out. I can show you guys some benchmarks. I don't plan on just testing Ethereum. I want to try and test Raven coin also on it, and possibly some other coins. So if you guys want a specific coin you want me to try on this, leave a comment in the description below. I'll take note of all the coins you guys want to see this running on, and I'll do my best to benchmark it in a video for you. So that's these two. Now let's go through all these boxes. Now these are all from EVGA. So let's go ahead and open these up, and we'll see what is inside of these. So let's see what we got here. So this one is got to get it opened up here to see exactly what we got, or if there's a SKU on it, which there is not. Oh, there is. 8 gig 2027. So this, I think, is pull this out here. Now they have it packaged up really well, so got to get the packaging open. And there we go. So this is a 2070 Super. So this one's actually much thinner than my other one, as you can see, but I do plan on getting this onto a mining rig, and I'll go over the plans for this in a few minutes after I get the rest of these unboxed, because they all have the same plan. So I'll go through and you'll see what other cards I have, but this one is the 2070 Super. Now this is an 8 and a 6 pin on the side here, so it does need a decent amount of power, but I have a bunch of power supplies in my crypto mining basement, which is where this is going to end up going. So powering this is not an issue. Let's get it boxed back up a little bit. And I do like the packing they do with this. This is actually nice and tight. So if this were to get banged around, then the card is still protected very well. So EVGA does a very nice job of packaging their GPUs, which some may say, oh, it's a brand new card, it doesn't matter, or things like that. But it does matter when they're shipping it, because post offices just let that stuff just ramble around on their conveyor belts. And I've seen it trash some cards, and I've seen the cards actually get lost in the mail too. Luckily, none of mine have yet, but I have seen it. So this is another one from EVGA. So we got to get this one opened up now and see what this one could be. Now, I know what I ordered, obviously, but I don't know exactly what card this is. I could look up the SKU on the side of the box here and pretty much tell me what card it is, but that's not as fun as opening the card up and seeing firsthand. So let's look here. So I think this is another 2070 Super. So another super card. Now this one is another one that's not quite as thick as my other one. My other two are really thick cards. This one is not, which is nice because of the frame that's going on. But 2070 Super, awesome GPUs. Now I do have one that's only hashing to about 40 mega hash a second. I can't get any higher, which is definitely rare for the 2070 Super. They're usually good for 43 to 44 mega hash a second, which is what my other ones are doing. So hopefully this one will do really well, because I do plan on mining Ethereum with it. But before I go into too much detail on what I plan on really doing with these, I'm going to get this one packaged back up and into the box again, because I want to keep it protected until I get time to build this thing out. So let's go ahead and put this back in. And this, I know it gets pretty loud with all the, you know, static stuff. Let's put this here, you know, crumpling up the static protector paper, whatever. So let's open this one. Now I do know what this one is, because obviously I know what I ordered, but this is another EVGA card. And let's get this box off to the side also. Let's get it opened up so I can show you guys now. I believe this one is going to be a fairly thick card. So we'll slide this out here and get it opened up. Now this one, get it out of the static bag. I know I was calling it static paper a minute ago. So here it is. This one is actually a 2080 Super. Now it's still fairly thin, which is nice. I do like that it's a little thinner because of where I plan on putting it. So I'll go over that. I can go over that now that this one's out of the box, you can see. So I got two 2070 Supers. So these two boxes are 2070 Supers. And then this box was the 2080 Super that I ordered. And these came straight from EVGA. This is another 8-pin plus 6-pin for this 2080 Super. Now this isn't the top of the line 2080 Super, but it's definitely going to perform. So this should get me roughly 44 mega hash a second on Ethereum. And all these cards are going to be mining Ethereum. This one will probably end up mining Ethereum in the long run. But this one, I plan on taking all my P104s offline and replacing them with all of my 2070 Supers, my 2080s, and my 2080 Super. Now I do have 7 GPUs. I'm trying to source an 8th one. And that's why I like that these are thinner cards. So the real thick ones are going to be pretty beefy on the frame. And I do have 2 that are very thick, maybe even 3 that are very thick. So those I'm going to have to strategically place on the frame so that I can get the airflow to them. But I do have fans to put on that, because if you remember that P104 rig, that is an 8 GPU rig with graphics cards about as thick as this in it, and they all sit in there, but there's no fans on that rig. There's no fans blowing air across the cards. Now I did buy fans from China that I'll show you in a later date, because they're still being shipped to me, and they were believe 150 CFM fans, and since they're grown in my grow tent, where this rig is currently sitting, I'm going to put these on. I'm not worried about how loud the fans are going to be. I just want to get that air across the cards. And since some will be thick and there's going to be very little space between the cards, that's going to help out a lot. So let me go ahead and put this back into the static sleeve and the protector, because I want to get it back in the packaging until I can get this on the rig. I do plan on getting them on the rig sooner than later, because I want to get my P104s off that rig, because I do plan on selling those. I want to unload some of my older cards pretty much while I can, while Ethereum's still at a high and they still have a little bit of value. And also I want to upgrade them and get more efficient. My P104s do get 33 to 34 mega hash a second at about 130 watts. They're not terrible cars. They're very good mining cars, but I want to upgrade them to these, where I'm going to get slightly lower power, but also more mega hash a second. Then I can sell my P104s, use that money to buy more cards, and hopefully get more efficient cards in, and possibly maybe even look at getting more 6600 XTs and doing a full build of those. We shall see. But let's get this back in the box, because I still have one more to go. Now, this other one, we can talk about this a little bit, because this wasn't bought from a retailer. This was a Facebook marketplace buy. So I don't want to say stalk, but I do. I'm on there quite a bit, looking around on Facebook Marketplace at what they have for sale and who's selling what. Now, if you're looking at parts to build a rig, this could be a great option for you. Now, GPU wise, obviously you might be kind of SOL when it comes to third parties and used marketplaces, because people are asking a premium price, but other parts such as power supplies, motherboards, CPUs, RAM, maybe it'll scoop up some pretty good deals. So this one I actually picked up, and the guy obviously shipped it to me because it's in the box here, but he shipped it to me. I paid the shipping, and you know, I negotiated with him a little bit, but I still got a fairly good deal, I think. I ended up paying $122 for this after shipping and everything. Now, I haven't looked at it yet personally, but I did do a little bit of research on this motherboard, and I found out that this MSI Z170 Gaming M5, I did a little bit of research on this, and people were saying with the proper BIOS, not set up with the right BIOS version, I can run 7 GPUs on this. Now, I probably won't run 7. I'll probably run 5 or 6, but let's just get it out of the packaging here, because this was an entire, and he gave me the goodies. I got the IO shields, some SATA cables. It looks like a bridge, 2 bridges, and he gave me some MSI swag. So this is the original stuff that came with it, and I got the manual. I don't always expect to get this stuff, the disc, so obviously somebody kept this stuff. And for anyone that really cares, some stickers too, but I don't care too much about those. But that's pretty much all the original stuff that it came with. I don't do the case badges and stuff. I never put them on anything, but they're nice to have. I guess it's good for resale value when somebody wants to put them on there. Now, this is a pretty big static bag, and I have it upside down right now, but let's just get it out of there if I can. It's caught in the pins. Put this to the side. Now, it's pretty clean motherboard. And one thing, here we go, one thing that pisses me off. The Intel logo upside down. So that really gets on my nerves, but it looks like they cleaned this out. This is a pretty clean motherboard, and like I said, I got this for $122 shipped to my door. Now, this comes with an i3 3100, he said, and this stick of RAM, which looks like it is an 8 gigabyte stick. That's actually what I thought. He didn't disclose what gigabyte it was, but I figured nobody would put less than 4 gigabytes on one of these boards, even if they're mining. But pretty nice pickup. Like I said, 122 on Facebook Marketplace. So don't be shy to look in these places for some boards, but one thing to keep in mind is always do your research. Some of these Z170 boards, from what I read, will only hold up to 5 GPUs, even though there's 6 slots or 7 slots. Some of them share it with, they'll share a slot with the M.2 slot. This one may do that still, but I don't plan on using that M.2. I'm going to run an SSD, which I picked up at Micro Center a few days ago, 120 gigabyte SSD, and this will most likely be running Hive OS anyway, so I could use a USB stick if I really wanted to, but I do like to use SSDs whenever I can, and I'm going to peel these stickers off of this because they're kind of not needed. I don't know, I'll probably do it later, but I don't know why they put these stickers on it. I'm assuming that this was in a mining farm before, and they just cleaned it up really good, because I don't know why you would label it like that unless you're inventorying it. And I don't know who inventories stuff inside of a gaming PC. Maybe there's someone that is crazy enough to do that out there, but it must have been in a mining farm from what I can see. He did say that he didn't mine with it. He got this in a trade or something, but he said he booted it up and it worked. So later on, I'll probably hook a power supply up to this and just boot it up into the BIOS, tweak some things, and have it set up for when I want to use it. But for now, it's pretty much just going to get thrown onto a shelf and ready for when I get the cards for it, which I don't know when that'll be, but maybe it'll be my 6600 XT rig. I don't know. Maybe it'll be something else. But, you know, that's the unboxing today. Thanks for checking this video out. If you guys had success with, you know, buying stuff anywhere, let me know what you've got. If you got any EVGA cards, anyone that's been running 6600 XTs, what's your experience been with them? And, you know, let me know what you guys experienced with buying used parts just for mining. I mean, like I said, here's a pretty clean motherboard just for my use for it. But thanks for checking this video out. Make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Stay tuned for more.